Hey everybody, welcome back into the Parker and the Man page at yournews.com. Mark Wilson with your webcam on our first big snow of the season. Can you hear him now? Snowplow guy's right outside there. I can hear him. I'm all bundled up on the occasion. Just 16 days, is that where we're at now? 16 days away from Christmas 2009. And yes, it is time. Dun, da, da, da. If I had my old machine, I'd be able to play some kind of big opener or something like that. Christmas music. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but my emails are so delightful. These are emails read from me that were written by you. How'd that work out? Okay, here we go. Come on. All right, it's email time. I know you don't want to open up the e-bag, but we're doing it anyhow because some interesting stuff happening there. There you go. Let's start with Daryl in Kego Harbor. Wilson, I need to know your take on the Granderson to Yankees trade. Didn't we lose our main man? Interesting you said that because that's what the piece is about today on Curtis Granderson on the trade, pending all the physical stuff and whatnot. For all I know, that thing's been canceled already. But if it's not, Curtis Granderson and Edwin Jackson are off, and Granderson goes to the Yankees. Not a great thing because it's the Yankees. I know you don't like that at all, but I hate to tell you this, I thought it was a good trade for Detroit. I know you say, what are you talking about? And I know I wrote this too about, what do you mean it's a good trade? Granderson struck out 141 times last year. He strikes out a lot. Can't afford that anymore with your leadoff man. In fact, I venture to guess that two of the bigger reasons why the Tigers did not win the Central and folded towards the end were how Curtis Granderson played in the second half and Edwin Jackson. So Granderson gets traded to the Yankees and Jackson over to Arizona. You can't get value unless you have some value. Curtis Granderson is the perfect guy to trade. 30 home runs. He does have some flaws. He's a heck of a glove guy. We know that in center field. He's exactly why the Yankees would want him and exactly why the Tigers would need to trade him to get some more players. And guess what you got, people? You got pitching. We always bark about it that they don't get enough pitching. They got pitching. Here's what you got. You got Phil Koch from the Yankees. You got two fine kids, Scherzer and Schlereth. By the way, Schlereth is the son of Mark Schlereth, formerly of the Denver Broncos and Washington Redskins, from the Diamondbacks. And you got a minor league kid who can play outfield, Austin Jackson, who the Yankees were very high on. 4 players for the two. Two guys who, I'm telling you again, I can lose with you, I can lose without you. I know you hate losing Granderson. Everybody likes when they're 28, and he was a good guy in the room, and the media enjoyed him, and you liked cheering for him, big fan favorite. You'll find another guy. That's my take on it. Read more about that. That's the piece today on the Parker and the Man page, all right? Ace and Wyandotte. Did Ocho Cinco simply put the Lions, show up the Lions when he put on that sombrero and poncho? Of course he did. That's what he does. That's Cincinnati football. He got fined $30,000 for that bit of business, too, for what, 5 seconds? Just putting, the hat barely stood on his head, stayed on his head, and he had the poncho thing going for about 10 seconds. But, of course, that's what Ocho Cinco likes fun. The NFL stands for, as Rob Parker always says, no fun league. And they'll keep finding him and may even find him more and may have to talk to him about this because he's showing up the NFL more than he's showing up the Lions, that's for sure. Philip in Farmington Hills, you wrote that piece basically trashing Charlie Weiss at Notre Dame. I did do that. Who would be able to turn it around there? The guy that's currently going into interview sessions and may get the job by Friday, that's Brian Kelly. The former Central Michigan and Grand Valley coach, now at Cincinnati, led him to a perfect season, going to play in the Sugar Bowl against Florida. I think Brian Kelly is the perfect piece of that puzzle. No other names, not Jim Harbaugh, not even Bobby Stoops at Oklahoma. I'm telling you, they are hiring the right guy if they go with Brian Kelly by as early as Friday. His awards banquet is Thursday. He could tell his team then and be off to South Bend by that time. Janice, we got a nice woman here in Wolverine Lake writing us on the email at tvboy@yournewsdetroit.com. We read your column all the time on yournews.com. Thank you very much, Janice, and enjoy it, but you really rip on the Lions. When is enough enough? When they win something. 2 in a row. Let's start with there and go our way downwards or upwards. Janice, it's been a long time, and you just can't put up with 18 straight losses on the road and losing 30 of 36 or whatever it is, 30 of 33 or 33 of 36. I can't remember the numbers anymore off the top of my head. It's so many numbers. And now they go to Baltimore. We'll have a thing on the preview on Friday. When is enough enough? When they win. When they actually do something and get to 500 again even. We got to do something because it's brutal. And you can't let up on them. Can't let up on the gas, man. Don't let up on the gas, then the worst thing you can have is apathy. People that don't care. I hope that answered your question. Tyler in Bloomfield Hills, where do you think the Wings and Pistons both stand in December? You got a mile of copy? From what you write, you seem to think things are okay. Look, here's the deal, Tyler. I think in December. I think a 500 Pistons team would be nice, although they're not quite there yet. They got the big Iverson game tonight, Wednesday, in Philly. And the Red Wings are having a poor start, but they're going to, I think by April, they'll be just fine. I think Jimmy Howard is getting some good experience in goal here, too, with Ozzy sitting out as much as he does. I think they'll both be fine. I think the Wings will be a lot finer. I think the Pistons have a long way to go, and they have to do something. Come back here at the trade deadline. A couple more. Jake and Nova, I agree with you, Mark. Coach D'Antonio was in hot water with this MSU football scandal. It may not be Tiger Woods, but in many ways it's worse. Yes or no? Yes, because there's attacking involved with people. Although Tiger had his own issues, I don't really think you can compare them. I think it's apples and oranges here. But the MSU football scandal has to be righted, or Mark D'Antonio should be out as coach of the Spartans. As far as Tiger goes, he's already out of Gatorade. They're not making us drink anymore. I wrote about that today. But they're both bad in their own way, and the Spartan one is really bad for us locally, since I've mentioned that MSU had this great opportunity with Michigan in down years. And finally, Chuck in Southfield, you used to love doing the hot TV babe thing on the radio, TV movie babe. Who's your current fave? Yes, in the Parker and the Man radio show, we always did our hot babes. Current fave is Blake Lively from Gossip Girl, XOXO. She was just on Saturday Night Live, and probably just a shade over Megan Fox. I'm going to go Blake Lively. Look her up, Google her, over Megan Fox. There you go. I hope, Chuck, that answered your question there. And thanks for all the emails. We'll do that again. You can email me at my regular spots that many radio people know, or always at tvboy@yournewsdetroit.com. And if you want to email Rob, he's Rob at yournewsdetroit.com. So again, check out the piece today on the Tigers. Ocho Cinco's fine. Or the Tiger trade with Granderson going and Edwin Jackson. Brian Kelly to Notre Dame. Darren McCarty. You got something on Darren McCarty retiring after 15 years. He finally said bye-bye to hockey. We can read about D-Mac going bye-bye, the former Red Wing. Stephen A. Smith to Fox Sports Radio. You can read about that too. A quick pick for tonight's Pistons-Sixers Iverson game. Notice I separated them into threes. And the Tiger Woods stuff with the mother-in-law going to the hospital and the 911 call by Elin. And also the Gatorade thing falling through for Tiger. So check all that out. Parker and the Man page, yournews.com, your official countdown to Christmas. We are now just 16 days away, and it'll be more in focus at that point. And I can still hear the guy with all the snowplow guys right outside.